Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Make It For Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I am going to be doing a look using mainly the Mothman Palette by Notoriously Morbid and the Eclipse the Sun Palette by Notoriously Morbid. You guys know Notoriously Morbid is a brand that speaks to my black soul, and they're so much fun. Thanks, Notoriously Morbid, for keeping things fun all the time. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys know something that I'm pretty excited about. I mean, bitch, I'm excited. And if you guys are interested in hearing what it is, then just keep watching. Then just hang out. Okay, I'm all primed with my P. Louise primer in Numero 2. And I'm going to be using the Notoriously Morbid Eclipse the Sun palette and the Mothman palette. The color stories look like this. You guys know I fucking love Notoriously Morbid. Here's the Mothman palette. I'm pretty sure this is available. It might not be, but I do have a code with Notoriously Morbid. It's LOSSEDKATIE if you guys want to use it. And then also I brought out my Noir by ABH. If you don't have Noir by ABH, look into getting it. It's total game changer. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. And then I brought out the Aha Honey palette in case I need it, which I don't think I will, but just in cases. Okay, and I'm gonna start with this. What is this? I'm not gonna butcher these names. I'm gonna start with this color right here, and my, well, no, I'm gonna use my Voldemorphy M506. How about that? How about that? And I'm just gonna start in the outer V. I'm going to talk a little bit. I have something I'm pretty excited to tell you guys. So I'm just going to get going with a little bit of backstory. For those of you who don't know, I didn't really get into makeup until I was well into my 40s. I was actually driving down the street in my Jeep, and I looked in the rearview mirror. God, this shadow is so pigmented. It's crazy. This is already just so beautiful. I looked in my rearview mirror and I noticed that my blackberry lipstick that I've always worn since I was young was bleeding into my fine lines around my lips. I looked like the woman from American Horror Story, the one who's older, who always has the bleeders around her lips that actually adds to the effect that she just looks a little bit more crazy and a little bit more desperate and a little more eerie. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, but I don't remember what character she played because it's been so long since I've actually watched American Horror Story, but yeah, that's what I actually looked like. And I was mortified, honestly. Like, I was so embarrassed. And my situation was, I had been clean for about 4 years. I was single and a mom. I was still basically like being racked by the wake of my last breakup. It really messed me up. In that moment, like, my days of wearing like NYX butter gloss for $5 a piece was over, and I knew that my beauty was fading and that things were about to change for me. So in the quest to find a solution for my bleeders, I essentially just started researching, and I fell in love with makeup as an art form and a means of creative self-expression. I have always been the kind of person who likes to express myself creatively through my look. And so it wasn't a far stretch in one way. In another way, I was basically like a tomboy. Like, I've never really used that label, but essentially like I was a tomboy. And so personality-wise, it was a stretch. And it was actually, that was a journey in itself for me to like tap into my own femininity and tell my friends that that's what I was doing. Even my girlfriends, like, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get into makeup. I really want to buy a palette. Like, I was really nervous about it. That was growth in itself for me. I would watch YouTube videos until the wee hours. For months this went on, maybe even a year. I watched YouTube videos on how to do bold, colorful eyeshadow. And I'm gonna use my favorite, my Zoeva 227. I spent months and months learning blending techniques, learning about brushes, learning color theory, how to place color, what brands were good. I mean, I put a lot of time and effort into learning how to master this craft. But there was one thing that I couldn't. I'm going to go into Mason Monster and use that to blend this out. I love this color. It's so great. And honestly, I didn't realize that this was going to be kind of a grungy look, which isn't my use. So that's exciting. So, but there was one thing that I couldn't learn from YouTube because it wasn't there. And I learned rather quickly that there wasn't anyone like me in the beauty community on YouTube. Like me being magical pixie, metalhead, in my 40s with a mouth like a sailor, recovering from meth addiction and parenting a child on my own. All the content I found of the makeup that I loved was by people who were way younger than me, or the personalities that I loved were of people way younger than me, and the people who were doing makeup that were my age, they were talking about mature skin and don't use shimmer and shit, and don't use anything that draws attention to your texture or your fine lines. And I was just like, well, fuck that. That's not what I wanted. I don't know what anybody else has got going on, but mature ain't goals for me. It's actually a total boner killer. So today I know that looking youthful isn't about hiding wrinkles. It's not about covering texture on your skin or even trying to hide your age. It's just not. It's about letting what you feel and what you know on the inside to shine through and using makeup to allow that to happen. It was clear that YouTube was just another institution that was telling me that I was invisible and irrelevant and that I didn't count because I'm old. My dollars don't count, my concerns don't count, my personality doesn't count. Just stop wearing shimmer, stop drawing attention to your old age, and go lay down by your dish, essentially. I didn't fit into the box, and so I could just vanish. You know, I'm 46, I'm gonna be 47 in September, and I literally feel like my life just started. I'm just getting warmed up. So I picked up the basics. I wasted a lot of money on products that wouldn't work for me. I started this channel to be a place for women over 40 and basically anybody else who doesn't feel like they fit into the conventional standard of beauty, so that they could find someone that they could relate to, and so that they could learn how to use bold and colorful makeup in a way that makes an impact and changes their life. So that they could learn how to use makeup in a way that makes an impact on the world around them and also changes the way that they feel about their own reflection. Over the last 3 years, I've mastered several techniques and made them work for my age, my style, my offbeat personality that has never fit into the norm. And I honestly, when I look in the mirror, I don't see incongruency. My age matches what I see in the mirror. It's just like a matching. There's no incongruency. When I look in the mirror, what I see is what I feel. One thing that I love about Notoriously Morbid shadows is they're so buttery and powdery at the same time that I don't ever get skid marks in the, where my skin kind of is a little bit loosey-goosey in here. Every shadow that I use gives me skid marks right there except these. And I'm certain that the reason why is because they're so, it's like a buttery, powdery. Those of you who know. If you know, you know about Notoriously Morbid formula. If you don't know, click the link below. Seriously, not trying to be a fucking ridiculous plug, but if you don't know about Notoriously Morbid shadows, then you need to click my link below and go check out some of their stuff, because their shadows are so special and just really different from a lot of things on the market. And I'm just going to do the same thing to my under eye. So I decided to create a course. I get asked all the time by women over 40, my age or older, how I look so beautiful. How does my skin look so good? I'm not trying to break my arm, pat my own back. That is really what happens during my days. I get comments, compliments, and questions everywhere I go by women. And that is because I have perfected the art of using makeup to look absolutely stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, sexy, like a work of art. And I'm almost 50. Seriously, I'm 47. I'm not trying to tack on years, but I'm not trying to run from them either. I am literally almost 50. I've learned to use makeup to promote my mental health. I've learned to use makeup to get to know myself. I've learned to use makeup to build my confidence and make a huge impact on the people around me. People seek beauty. It's our nature as conscious and spiritual beings. Beauty is spiritual. I actually feel like I said that like years ago in my about on there's something divine about beauty. It's like where we see the divine. When we see, like, we look at all the nasty shit that humanity does, but when we see something beautiful, that is the meaning in life. Beauty is meaning. And honestly, I have found meaning in learning how to do my makeup. For the first time ever, tomorrow, you don't have a shitload of time. I'm not creating an environment of scarcity. That's real shit. It's tomorrow. But I'm going to be teaching a small group of people all my tricks so that you can tap into your feminine power and feel sexy and feel relevant, and you can stop trying to hide your age because you feel the most beautiful that you've ever been. I am the most beautiful I've ever been. And I'm almost 50, I swear to God. If you're done looking in the mirror and feeling bummed out because the face that you see in the mirror doesn't match the age you feel, and you want to be a part of my course, then I'll have the link listed below. Click the link. It's on Saturday, June 10th at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. As I said, I'm not trying to create a attitude of scarcity. It is tomorrow, so you don't have a ton of time to sign up. And also, it will be under an hour because it's short notice. So if you guys feel like you don't have time, you do. I'm going to be using my NYX Glitter Primer with my P. Louise Cut Crease Brush. And then my Zoeva 234, I'm going to go into the color Goth Moth. And I'm going to put that on and I'm going to see because I might just use that. Oh, this is going to be super cool. Yeah, actually, I am just going to use this because that's beautiful. Oh my God, it's super sparkly too. What a nice texture. Notoriously Morbid, you just never disappoint, do you? You make makeup so fun. And I am going to go in with a little bit of Noir just to deepen that up because I knew that I was going to be using a deeper color, or that this color could be deeper than what this color, you know, just I want it to match up a little bit better. So I'm just going to use this black, just a teensy tiny. I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell ME2. It's really the only brush for this particular that's with my trusty Voldemorphy pencil brush from the I Slay collection. I'm going to use I guess I'll go into that color that I can't really pronounce that well. It's kind of dark, but I'm going to use the color Mirage, my highlighter by Unearthly that I'm wearing today. There we go. That was just a little too dark for Katie. And I'm going to go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I have no idea what lashes I used. And then I used my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in Glitzy Gold, my Black Moon Cosmetics Lippy in Cider, and my Unearthly Cosmetics Low Light in Mirage. I fucking love these low lights. They are so good. Obviously, you guys know. Did you guys see that? Yeah, so if you guys want to learn everything, all my tricks that I use to look younger and the things that I've learned over the past few 3-4 years in one tiny 30-minute condensed rapid fire, everything, all my tips and tricks, tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., really inexpensive. It's likely it won't ever be this inexpensive again. So I'd love to see you guys there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my God, she's so pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check out my Instagram. I don't talk as much over there. And if you're like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Then go to my Patreon because I don't hold anything back on my Patreon, and I go live every Tuesday, the aptly named See You Next Tuesday. My live stream, weekly live stream is at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time every Tuesday. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Come check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later. Slayer.